Whoa, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Football Card Quest. Maybe long time no see. No. I was just here a few minutes ago with the hobby box break for the 2022 Chronicles. Not the actual box break, but the auction style team selection draft that we did. That was a lot of fun. But now we're going to do a best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy where we get to pick a big ass team with a big one quarterback, two running back, three wide receiver, a tight end, a flex, and that big 10 team bench. And they're going to optimize that lineup for us on a weekly basis. No need to worry about start sit decisions, waiver wire trades throughout the season. None of that. You automatically get that lineup optimized, get the most amount of points available. So if you're like me and you don't have a lot of time to mess with fantasy football on Sunday before the games, and because you're already in a couple leagues, you run a couple home leagues, and so best ball is a great way to get exposure, start understanding which ranges in the draft certain guys are going, how to kind of go through your thought process around projections and kind of planning around bye weeks, and then also looking at some of the sleepers that you can target late and looking at where guys are being valued. So if they're dropping too far, you're like, okay, wow, this guy is dropping this late in the draft. And you get a potential to win some money at the end of the season. Right now, we've got a private one that I've spun up. So it's a 12-person, $3 one. It's very low stakes. But if you look at what let's see, I gotta kind of would help if I shared my screen. yeah, I hear you, Brooke. I hear you. No, it was very interesting to see how low some of those teams went. But a lot of that focus was on those big teams with the quarterbacks. Yeah. So in this $3 12-person private league, first place would be 20, second $9, third $3. And it's half point PPR. It's going to be 30 seconds per pick. I'm not sure we're going to fill this up. So what we're going to do, looks like a lot of people may be out and about tonight. Midsummer Nights Fun, July 23rd here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots open. I'll give this a couple more minutes, but I think what we're going to do is go to the lobby, and we're just going to do a BBM3. It's a $25 entry, but guys, check it out. With promo code QUEST, if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, promo code QUEST gets you 100% instant deposit bonus, up to $100. So you could potentially get 4 free tickets, put in 100. Plus they have pick'ems. They've got NBA, NHL, PGA. They had hot dog eating pick'ems on here where you're basically picking prop bets over under on certain statistics around certain players. So I think we're going to go ahead and hop into a BBM. I was really hopeful to get in a private draft here. So we go to the active, 4 out of 12 filled. I just don't think we're going to fill it up. I don't think we're going to fill it up, and I definitely want to get a draft in. And if that thing does fill up, then we'll toggle over to it, But I want to get a draft in. I want to talk about some of these valuations. BBM3 is going to be a lot of sharp drafters because of $25 ticket entry. So it's going to be mostly sharp drafters. And you're starting to get a lot more, I guess you could call them casual fantasy gamers now starting to do fantasy drafts now that we're getting closer to the season, the actual preseason starting. This tournament right here has a potential to win $2 million at the end of week 17, $1 million to second place. So, big tournament here. This thing's full. This thing is like wide open. I don't know what's going on. We'll see how quick this thing fills up too. Maybe this was just a bad night. Do a fantasy draft. I don't know. Check this out. So it'll be interesting. They had a $3 one. They literally spun a $3 Pomeranian up this morning. They called it Pomeranian. It was a $3 entry, massive player pool. So they're going to have another puppy. The puppy is a $5 entry, and I think the first place prize in that one was like 50 grand or 100 grand, something like that. They have these big tournaments, kind of like you would do in daily fantasy, but this is season long best ball. It's just such an incredible format for people that are tight on time on a weekly basis throughout the season, or they just want to get the experience of a draft, but with skin in the game. So, mock drafting is a great way to plan for your fantasy football season. A great way to sharpen your skills. Make sure you're ready for your home league, so you can avoid getting that My Little Pony tattoo on your ass or whatever it is last place prize is. I saw last place prize for one guy was having to go out to dinner by himself with a giant Winnie the Pooh stuffed bear that sat with him at the dinner table. He ordered this big old fancy dinner for this stuffed bear and everything. Dude, what's going on, Brian? How you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah, absolutely, Filthy. Yeah, appreciate that testimonial here, because I think they definitely improve your drafting skills, because when you look at this, guys, I mean, you got to think about the tiers, right? We're going to be talking about QB1, so the top 12 QBs in a 12-person league. That's pretty typical. Most leagues are 12 teams. So this is going to be perfect practice for your home leagues. And this is single quarterback format. I know a lot of leagues are going to Superflex these days, and for good reason. I think Superflex is a lot of fun. In this format, the first quarterback is probably going to be Josh Allen around round 3. But in a Superflex, the priority is going to be placed on a quarterback, because you can potentially start 2 of them on a weekly basis. And with single quarterback league and 12 teams, think about it. There's only 12 starting quarterbacks any given week. Some people go through an entire single quarterback draft and don't even take a quarterback, because they could pick up a Daniel Jones or a Carson Wentz any given week, right? Those guys are going to be out there. Call them streamers. You can just stream them, pick them up off the waiver wire, start them that week, rock and roll. Whereas in this format or Superflex format, there is an extra priority placed on quarterbacks. You potentially start 2 of them. Now all of a sudden you're looking at a pretty high floor of points if you can get 2 good quarterbacks. So you'll start seeing quarterbacks go a lot earlier in those drafts. And I think it's good, because otherwise you've got 20 quarterbacks out there on the waiver wire potentially any given week. Unless some people sure have backups on the roster, but you got 15 quarterbacks sitting out there. You can always pick up a quarterback any given week. Everybody's got a good quarterback in a single quarterback 12-person league. Pretty decent quarterback anyways. So not ready, Steeler? Well, we got to get you in some more best balls, brother. We got to get you in some more best balls. So I was hoping to get a private one going, man. And I'm just going to have to get these started. We're only 4-12. So hop on in this Best Ball Mania 3 here, Steeler. Brian, if you want to get in this draft specifically with me, probably Filthy as well. So let's go back to the 10 out of 12. So this thing should start here pretty soon. 2 spots left open. And then it'll kick off, man. It'll randomly assign us a draft position. But, going back to the tiers that we were talking about. So understanding the top tier of quarterbacks, the top 12 quarterbacks that we project to finish as QB1s. Those are QB1s. But then you talk about RB1s as top 12 running backs. Then RB2s, because in this format, you're going to start 2 running back on a weekly basis, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and that 1 quarterback that we're talking about. So we really want to project out RB1, RB2, potentially a flex. There's multiple strategies, whether you're going robust RB and you're starting your draft RB. I think it's important in the beginning you have to let the draft board fall to you, right? We'll talk about strategy here. Let's see where we're at. We're at the 1.3. Chances are Jonathan Taylor, some combination of Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, and Christian McCaffrey are going to go here in the first 3 picks. Now, I was hoping to get my, yeah, when you click the extension, Oh, Spike Week. Let me turn my extension on. Make sure my extension, I have a little extension that maybe I just have to update it. Might not have the extension. I might have to. There we go. Underdog Fantasy. Huh. Well, that's okay. I've been doing enough of these. I don't quite have the. There it is. Got to sign in over here. Okay. Refresh, maybe. There we go. Whoa, Chris McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp went 1.1, 1.2. I don't know what the chances of this happening are. We got to go Jonathan Taylor here. We got to make our man Sean proud. This is a $25 ticket. We got to take it pretty serious. We're going to go Jonathan Taylor at the 1.3 here. He very rarely ever falls to that. So what you guys can see here under the players. So for example, if I queue up Stephon Diggs, I can put him over here in my favorites. But if you look next to Austin Eckler, it's highlighted up in green at Indianapolis. This is the week 16 and the week 17 matchup. The whole reason for that is, and that does become important once you get into the tournament rounds, right? So there's going to be like a couple 100,000 people in this tournament. Entrance, 451,200. Current entrance, 156,655. So it doesn't necessarily have to fill up. It is a guaranteed prize pool. But, and of course, guys, we're on underdogfantasy.com. That consolidates down. After the first 14 weeks, you go into a different pool than just this 12-person league right here. Then you go into a little bit larger pool. And then it's going to consolidate down again. You're going to go into another little bit larger pool, like an 18-person pool. And then it's going to consolidate down again into week 17 till finally you're in a real quick. I think it's something like a couple hundred people. Let's see. If I go here to all rules, I think I can pull this real quick. Yeah. General contest information. There we go. So round 4 is a 470 person final group. So that's why week 16 and week 17 matchup information is important, because you kind of want to target those shootouts in week 17. Excuse me. There's the beer. So that's why that's important. So we're looking at here is the week 17 matchup. So we can see we've got Jonathan Taylor here. Now we're coming back up on the clock. It'll let us know, man, and Saquon just went. So you could say if Jonathan Taylor goes off Indianapolis, they're playing New York week 17. Now we could look at some running back correlation, but I think it would be even better. We could paint a picture to say, okay, Jonathan Taylor has 3-4 touchdowns in that game. That's going to force New York to throw the ball a lot. So really right here, what I'm looking to do is just go next player available. We've got Jonathan Taylor. We've got Tyreek Hill at New England, week 17. Definitely like that. I think I have pretty limited exposure to him right now. But this is not bad. It's also showing his ADP of 21.8. So with us being there at pick 22, we really got him right at his ADP. We didn't reach for him. We actually got Jonathan Taylor at a value at pick 3, and we got Tyreek Hill at like a 0.2. There was no value there. It was right at his ADP. I kind of got him because these percentages here are showing my exposure, and I think that's a fine matchup, divisional matchup. I think Tyreek Hill is going to be used a lot. Run game, I think Mike McDaniels is going to scheme Tyreek Hill into all sorts of stuff. Yeah, bro, I got JT at 3. 1.3, man. Pumped about that. Are you kidding me? So pumped. So I really like that Chargers-Rams matchup at the end of the year. The other matchup I've been really liking more and more is DJ Moore at Tampa Bay. Another one, though, that's interesting is Kyle Pitts. I kind of want to go Kyle Pitts here. You know what? I am going to go Kyle Pitts here. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts here because they're playing Arizona final week. Arizona towards the end of the season, they have the potential to do some goofy stuff, but they also play fast. And this could very easily be a shootout situation. And what does a inexperienced slash rookie slash lesser confident quarterback lean on? Their tight end. Their big body tight end. Their tight end that excels in every facet of the game, that broke rookie tight end records last year. That's Kyle Pitts. One other thing I'm looking at here is I'm not too worried about having Jonathan Taylor and Kyle Pitts on the same bye week of 14-14. I did get a reach a little bit for Pitts, but the other thing you want to think of in 100, that size player pool, 470 team player pool, I don't want to have too much of an overlapping roster as the next guy. So you got to create a little bit of uniqueness because there's going to be a lot of Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Gabriel Davis type stacks. Just looking at the final matchups there, right? Everybody's going to be predicting Buffalo at Cincinnati to shoot out at the end of the year. Everybody's going to be picking the Chargers and the Rams to shoot out at the end of the year. So there's going to be a lot of those stacks. Arizona, Atlanta has some sneaky potential to shoot out. Wherever they play, we know the weather's going to be good. That's not going to be a factor. Shouldn't be a factor. And with how fast Arizona plays, that's just more opportunities for Kyle Pitts. And we know that, come on, the chances are that Arizona is going to be scoring points. High chance. I just can't see a situation they don't unless Cliff Kingsbury. Dude, I can't even say his name right now because he runs him off a cliff, dude, at the end of the season. But let's see what we got here. Let's throw up the board. What are we looking at? We're coming here around the beginning of the fourth round. Just had DJ Moore go off. So that guy in that 12th spot went Devontae, Debo, DJ Moore, going 0 RB here, 3 wide receivers right off the bat. Whereas this guy, more weapons than you, went Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Ezekiel Elliott. Derrick Henry still maintaining that first round ADP. So is Dalvin Cook, the new coaching there. Let's see what he does here after going 3 running backs because the mailman just switched it up to Dobbins. More weapons than you is going absolute robust RB, crazy robust RB here with 4 running backs. James Conner on Arizona, Billy Billings, Cook, Swift, Brown, Sutton. All right. DMC Skyline. See, that's going to be a roster that a lot of people are probably going to have. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs stack with Aaron Jones in round 2. I can't argue with it. I do like Deontay Johnson in round 4. See, we're starting to get to that secondary tier of wide receiver pretty quickly, right? DJ Moore was one of the last true alphas here. As you get further here, there's ambiguity. The Denver wide receiving core has flip-flopped all offseason long between Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. Now it's Cortland Sutton who's finally came the lead here. You had enough analysts put their flag in the ground on Cortland Sutton having a better season than Jeudy based on the fact that Sutton's already had the breakout season. And, there's all the statistics about where Russ likes to throw the ball in the field. All right, so let's see if we have refresh here because when I do open that draft board, I lose a little HUD. But, of course, we got Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts. Still looking best receiver available. I don't want to go Waddle here, probably pivot. I don't mind going Gabe Davis here. I don't mind going Gabe Davis here at all. Also, that Rashad Bateman pick would have been interesting, and he is coming back up here very soon. Also got Breece Hall, who I absolutely love. You can see I've got 50% exposure because we're talking about a rookie on an improved offense. They're playing at Seattle. Look at their final 2 weeks. Jacksonville at home, then at Seattle week 17. Boom, I got sniped. King Maleg saying it, not having it. Not having it. I don't mind Terry McLaurin either, especially with the thought that Deshaun Watson is going to be playing in week 17. And this is going to be a home game for the Commanders. Wentz obviously he's got to play good every game. Also, you got another guy here, Judy. Also, don't mind this Brandon Cooks pick here at Tennessee. He's an alpha that's kind of left out there. Also, like this Juju Smith-Schuster pick. So there's some nice values. So you're starting to see Mooney here at Detroit week 17. About that, I could go ahead and not reach, but that would be a small reach. So because we're in round 5, so if I did want to think about the cross stack and then come back later with Rondale Moore or Zach Ertz, I could go ahead and get Kyler Murray here. I'll probably go with, did I get him? Who did I get? I got Otto. I was trying to actually take Terry McLaurin there at the final seconds. Ended up getting Bateman, but that's okay because Bateman projects to be a wide receiver 1 on his team. Obviously run heavy team, and that's why he's gone after some of these other guys. But he's still going to be a wide receiver 1, and he's an X receiver. He's a true X. So you can put him inside, outside. He wins a lot of different areas of the field. So getting him in the 5th round, he's going where you have wide receiver 1s in bad situations, wide receiver 2s with questionable quarterbacks, situations, offensive reconstruction, ambiguous wide receiver corps with Jerry Jeudy. It's very hard to project when you have a new head coach, new quarterback. We haven't got a ton of reports of who's building chemistry with who from Denver. Jerry Jeudy also had that little run-in with the law, just one little run-in. Obviously, his girl dropped all charges. Didn't mean for it to escalate like that, but still, you kind of have to give him a little. There's going to be a slightly higher. I know. I was going to go Breece there, honestly. I would go Breece just because I only have Jonathan Taylor right now. Insert a come on, man, for the auto pick. Hey, technically it wasn't an auto pick because I had him queued up, but I was going to pivot there. and go Terry McLaurin because I saw that Terry McLaurin's ADP was typically up here. So I was thinking, wow, he slid a whole round, and it's probably because of the Jahan Dotson hype that's been picking up. But Terry McLaurin is still one of the best 2019 wide receivers next to A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf. Terry McLaurin is so good at separating, getting open. He's going to command a pretty nice target share. Carson Wentz is a big upgrade. You guys saw the passes that Heineke was throwing McLaurin last year. Ridiculous, dude. And he was jumping 6 feet in the air to catch the dang things half the time. See, this is what I don't get. My man, Chris Godwin, love him, right? Big super collector, Chris Godwin cards, going in 6th round before Russell Gage. Now, I do think Chris Godwin returns a little bit earlier than some people projecting November. I think Chris Godwin comes back a little bit earlier than that. Dang. Kyler didn't quite fall to me. Hurts is gone. So you can see that top-tier quarterback is gone now. Allen, Hurts, Herbert, Burrow, Murray. What? Get out of here. Get out. Look, hold on a second. What am I missing here? Burrow, Hurts. I didn't see where Lamar Jackson got drafted, but he's not out there. We're gonna ride with the GOAT here. I'm gonna hop on the QB bandwagon. I'm gonna take the GOAT at his pick at 85.1. I probably could have got him on the way back. Actually, I should have. I love that matchup though in the final week now with Baker. There on Carolina, we could force a little shootout there. Week 17, man. Tampa Bay, Carolina. Every week's a shootout for Tom Brady. They play fast, throws the ball at an ungodly rate. We're going to go ahead and jump on that. And we're going to – oh, son of a – is this King Malek in this draft, in this live stream? This is the second time he sniped me. It's just sniping me like crazy. Come on, bro. See, that's where I need a come on, man thing right there. Oh, now I'm on total tilt because that just totally freaking train wrecked my my strategy. This is a dead zone for running backs, though. I'll tell you that right now. So we're gonna go wide receiver here with Devontae Smith. Because, of course, he's going to be wide receiver 2 to A.J. Brown, but that guy's got great hands, great route running ability, and I know it's a run-heavy team, but so there's a couple things going there, right? Shootout scenarios, Eagles. Forget who they're playing, but potential injury to – let me refresh this. Potential injury to A.J. Brown. He's not been the most sturdy of a guy. Okay, there we go. New Orleans. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I knew there was shootout potential that final week. New Orleans at Philadelphia. That could get interesting. By week 7, I got him and Gabe Sharon. I'm all messed up now, man. Just after that, I gotta get my head right now because I get a drink after that, man. That's my problem. That was brutal, dude. What's his ADP? 69.4. I got him at 72. Dang. So I should have gone Gage, then Brady. Should have gone Gage, then Brady. Did that backwards. So with this type of draft, I guess you could call this hero RB because I only went to one running back in the beginning with Jonathan Taylor. Couldn't believe I got him at the 3. And then we're going to hammer, with this being best ball, us not having to worry about who to start on a weekly basis. We're going to just hammer running back. In this format, you want to have like 6, 7 running back. Have like 6, 7, 8, sometimes 9 wide receivers, a couple tight ends. You really only need 2 quarterbacks in this best ball single quarterback format. You don't really need more than that. You have a total of 18 rounds. So for example, if you went 7 running back and 7 wide receiver, that's 14. Then you got your 1 quarterback, 15, 2 tight ends. Definitely want to get 2 tight ends. That's 17. So you got 3 spots in there. So you could either get, depending on, like in my situation, I might go another running back to have some more depth there to my RB2 and my flex spot potentially, because you were looking at set and forget every week of Jonathan Taylor. All right, we're on the clock. Hines is going to be out there late. I'm not interested in handcuffing though, Sean, in this format in a season long in a home league. Absolutely would. You know what? I like this Miles Sanders pick here though. I like that. Also like that. Let's get on this Miles Sanders pick right here. Got him. Take him as my RB2. I got him at serious value. So there's a guy that's dropping. And obviously, if he stays healthy, I mean, we're looking at 1,000-yard plus season. Of course, it's a running back by committee in Philadelphia, but the talent profile's there. It's really just been the injuries. And I mean, sure, he's gonna get some work vultured by Kenneth Gainwell, maybe Boston Scott, maybe the rookie Kennedy Brooks. Of course, Jalen Hurts is gonna vulture some of that work with his rushing ability, his rushing upside. But look at the past 3 years, Miles Sanders in the league, and the injuries he's struggled with not playing an entire season and almost putting up 1,000 yards each season. So you can imagine if he did stay healthy, the upside's there for him to really pay off at that ADP. 8th round ADP, that's egregious. That's egregious in my opinion. You probably, and see, when you find something like that, chances are his rookie cards are going to be dirt cheap as well. And the beautiful thing about his rookie cards, it's 2019 product. He's going to be in the Eagles uniform. It's a contract year for him. It's a contract year. So he's absolutely got to ball out, maximize every opportunity to earn his next contract. So let's look at what we're doing here. I think we do consider, I say we go Sky Moore here. Like I'd put Sky Moore. Also like, but didn't we get, let's see. Yeah, let's just go Sky Moore there. I'm fine with that. Definitely want to have some Kansas City exposure by week 8. So that's good. I don't have any by week 8. So that'll be a nice little compliment. I got 2 by week 14s, 2 by week 7. So the reason why you don't want to handcuff, because that sacrifices a roster spot, Sean. The chances, I know maybe Nyheim Hines is one situation where you could roster both of them in best ball because of Nyheim Hines' activity in the receiving game this year, lining up in the slot, potentially lining up out wide. I know the ownership, the general manager, they love Nyheim Hines. He is a weapon. But the chances of Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor both putting up 25 points in any given week are very low, very low. And that's why we don't handcuff in this format, because we want to paint a picture and pick like we're right. We're going to pick a roster like all those guys are going to hit. We want different variations. We want to get as much different variations as we can because it's automatically optimized. And the chances of me ever using both of those guys in 1 week is pretty low. Now, this is, like I said, this is one chance, one spot where maybe it makes sense because of Nyheim Hines' activity in the receiving game. I kind of would consider it there, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up Ken Walker. I'm going to go ahead and queue up Cordell Patterson. We're going to queue up James Cook. Let's refresh the screen and see what we got in terms of the HUD. Sean is convinced he's going to be a receiver. And I've kind of heard that same thing from multiple sources. So There you go. I think he's a great late round value. I don't know. I know his ADP is like way down here. If we looked at running backs, let's see where Hines. All right, his ADP is currently 138.4. We are currently at pick 110. So he's going somewhere around this range. Also, like the value of Ronald Jones here. I think Ronald Jones is going to get high value touches in the Kansas City offense, in a high octane, explosive offense that's going to be in the red zone a lot. Plus, look at that week 17 matchup, Denver Broncos in division matchup, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. When you look at two good quarterbacks on either side, don't even have to really consider the defense. Two good quarterbacks, that's going to lead to a shootout. That's a recipe for a shootout right there. That's the formula, man. Two good quarterbacks. Absolutely. I also like this pick right here, this Isaiah Spiller pick. He's going to split opportunities with Austin Eckler. And if Austin Eckler goes down, all of a sudden you're looking at a bell cow roll for Isaiah Spiller. Little depth chart competition behind those guys on the Chargers. So, yeah. All right, let's look at where we're at. Ken Walker really sliding down the draft board here. We're at pick 118. Overall, I don't have any correlation for me to go Stafford here. I can wait on a second running back. I do like this Ramondre. Actually, we're going to go Ramondre Stevenson here because we went Tyreek Hill. I actually like this. We're going to go Ramondre here, ADP 105. So we're getting him at 13 picks value. And the reason why I like Ramondre, high BMI, thick running back, ability to break tackles, all purpose too. He showed to have really good receiving ability last year. Damian Harris on a contract year. The Patriots just drafted two running backs, Pierre Strong, Kevin Harris, two like dynamic running backs. Kevin Harris is a big bruiser style running back. Pierre Strong, a satellite style running back that's better than James White. So if they trade, the point I was getting at, my pick's coming up next, which is why I was kind of trying to think about what I'm going to do. But the point I'm getting at is that, and I get some correlation here with Tom Brady, with Rachaad White, actually, and get one of my guys. So I see a ton of running back value here at this point in the draft, here in the 11th round, and that's why I like getting those really good wide receivers early when you can get them, and then later on here hammer the running backs. Like I know you want me to get Nyheim Hines, but I'm gonna go Rachaad White here. So, Lenny may not be able to get his act together 260. Anyways, the whole point I was getting at with Ramondre Stevenson is he's good, and he's got a potential to seize that pretty big opportunity share in that offense. James White's getting really old, man, really dusty. Damian Harris is obviously going to get the lead work, but if they trade him because this is a contract year and they just drafted two running backs, the Patriots do not want to have to pay Damian Harris. He has played well, so he's going to demand a paycheck, man. Patriots could just trade him. Just trade him. They just drafted two running backs. The Patriots don't want to pay up for another running back on a second contract. They just draft new running backs. They just drafted two. So we could absolutely see Damian Harris be traded. All of a sudden, Ramondre Stevenson, whoa, he's got 50, 60% opportunity share, and he's balling out second half of the season. At his current ADP, that's a league win. That's how you get league winning upside right there. That's how you get it. He could be a slate breaker. He could break the slate. And with that game theory correlation now all of a sudden, I painted a picture where Miami is scrambling, playing hurry up, throwing the ball, getting the ball out to Tyreek Hill out in space a lot. And then on the other side, New England's playing that ground and pound game. They're in a positive game script. They're running the ball a lot with Ramondre Stevenson. Boom. There's my points. Now I've got a stack here with Tom Brady, Rachaad White. Hey, Rachaad White's going to get opportunities. He's way better than Keyshawn Vaughn can ever dream of being. And he's got an incredible receiving profile. And he's hungry, dude. He's got an incredible work ethic. I mean, and if Lenny's 260 and can't trim down, that's going to give Lenny a higher injury risk, higher injury probability. He missed a handful of games coming down the stretch last year. This could be big time for Rachaad White. I mean, Rachaad White can immediately vault up to becoming a household NFL name with how much Tom Brady likes to dump it off to his running backs. Tom Brady don't want to get hit. Tom Brady don't want to get hit. He's going to dump it off these guys. So love that guy's late round value right there. Got him 2 picks over his ADP. So bingo. Perfect. Love it. I still got Hines out there. So I'm not out on Hines yet. Spiller. Let's look at some of these late round QBs. Now we're talking back end of the 12th round QBs here. Boom. I got Tua that I could stack with Tyreek, and I have 0% exposure to him. So why not look at his week 16, week 17 correlation? If Mike McDaniels does scheme around his strengths and tee up a bunch of short and intermediate passes for Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Chase Edmonds, like, let's go. It's on. You also have Trevor Lawrence here at New York, at Houston. I like both of those. I'm not going to lie. I really like the upside of Trevor Lawrence here late. I've also got Mac Jones here late, Cincinnati at home, then Miami. So this is a interesting situation where I may possibly go 3 quarterbacks in this setup. There's a potential for me to do that. Let's look at the entire player pool now. I do have Devonta Smith out there. So what's Tua's ADP? 132. Not a bad spot for him. Got Fields out there as well. I mean, and honestly, I'm sitting pretty sweet at 5 wide receivers. Robert Tonyan's out there on Green Bay, which that's actually not a bad pick either. I might end up getting... okay, so I got your boy Hines there, brother. What was Hines' ADP again? 138. So I actually got him at 5 picks value. There you go, man. Don't know. Don't know, man. Don't know. I don't know the answer. Don't know. But on every platform, though. Well, they must care something fierce. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. All right, I'm back on the clock, though. I think we do go Tua here. I think we start completing this stack a little bit. We're getting them at a significant value of over 2 rounds, a round and a half here. Say we snag Tua. We're going to stack that with Tyreek. Get some game correlation late. Got the it's important to diversify that exposure. Even if you're not a believer into it, that doesn't mean that he's not going to go off, especially in that type of shootout, end of the season, playoffs are on the line type of scenario, which it absolutely is going to be for the Miami Dolphins. I guarantee you that. They're not going to be in a position where they're 12-5 and a shoe-in, already clinched the spot and everything. So I like this Robert Tonyan pick because you get at Miami, Minnesota at home with limited weapons for Aaron Rodgers. And Tonyan, I think they probably have got it on here. Yeah, just that touchdown correlation. I mean, 586 yards, 11 touchdowns in 2020. That would pay off at this ADP all day long. Some other guys really interesting late, though. Hunter Henry on New England. That's an interesting pick late. Of course, got Brait still out here. Probably Cade Otton and probably got Cade Otton. Oh, and Kyle Rudolph now. So, and Cade Otton. Obviously, I'm not going to draft all these guys. I'm just going to tee a few up here. Noah Fant's an interesting one. They're at Kansas City. And the Jets at home at the end of the year. Gerald Everett, I like him, especially in that offense, is really much more of a system selection there for me. Get a couple touchdowns, boom, pays off at the ADP. That's all I need. I will, bro. I will, Sean. Thank you. Your QBs have the same bye week. Oh, so knucklehead move right there. Same bye week on the QBs. Thank you, Victor. Oh, no, Steeler. Thank you, Steeler. You're a good man, Brian. Totally, that one went right over my head. I blame that one on don't know. I don't know why my QBs have the same bye week. All right. So that's okay, because we're gonna potentially look at snagging Mac Jones here. We're gonna snag the McCorkle. Either that or we're gonna snag the Baker. We got multiple options in case we get sniped. Let's look at running backs that I like this late. Not opposed to Mark Ingram late, potential touchdown vulture there. Darrell Williams, Arizona running back. That's interesting exposure. Have no exposure to him. Chris Evans, absolutely. Yes. Sony Michel, not opposed to it. Deonta Foreman, that'll be the lead guy if Tyler Batty's interesting. Benjamin, Keontae Ingram. These are all running backs I could just load up on here at the end, even though I've got now 5 that I feel pretty doggone good about. I almost probably need to take some more wide receivers here. Paris Campbell, love taking Paris Campbell this late. Robbie Anderson's not a bad option when I've got Tampa Bay weapons there. You could look at Sammy Watkins. You could look at KJ Hamler coming back late in the season. AJ Green. Let's see, what do we got here? What's our ADPs looking at? Noah Fant. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think we could go to get him. Okay, yeah, I took Robbie Anderson there late. Got to have somebody to go off on the other side of Tom Brady and Rachaad White. So I'm really liking the picture that I'm kind of painting there in that week 17. Robbie Anderson, absolutely. Even though it's outspoken about his disdain for Baker Mayfield. Hey, I don't care who's out there in week 17, whether it's Baker, Sam, Darnold. Just hit Robbie Anderson up for a couple TDs. That's it. But we drafted him in the pick 166. We drafted him in the end of the 14th round. So we don't need much for him to pay off of that ADP. And he could come through in a spike week for us down the stretch. I say we do get McCorkle here. I think we do, especially with 2 quarterbacks on a bye week. We are absolutely forced to get a third quarterback. I think it's either McCorkle or it's Baker. Baker's got a 195 ADP. I'm not opposed to it. Shoot. What's the entire player pool looking like? Ingram, Edwards, Pierce, Campbell. I do like Campbell this late at 178. We already got pretty decent exposure, though. I'm just going to let it take McCorkle. We're going to get McCorkle there. What? Why did it take Rudolph? He wasn't on the top of my queue. Rudolph wasn't at the top of my queue, was it? That's strange. Oh, maybe it's because I have limits set. I have a limit in this format set at 2 QBs. We might have to take Baker on the way back. Now I'm 15 picks away. The chances of McCorkle falling back to me, I think, are pretty slim. It's only 3 rounds left here. I think the chances of McCorkle falling back to me are pretty slim. Guys, real quick, while we're here at the back end of the 15th round, and Billy Billings just took George Pickens off the board. There goes McCorkle. More weapons than you. McCorkle just got drafted by more weapons than you at the back end of the 15th round. Great value, man. Great value. If you're just tuning in, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button on the live stream if you're enjoying this content. And if you're curious what I'm doing here, I'm playing best ball where the lineups are automatically optimized on a weekly basis. We're sharpening our draft skills, getting ready for our home leagues, our big money leagues. And I've got a potential to win $2 million at the end of week 17 in this format. Check it out over at underdogfantasy.com. We're not sponsored by them, but we are affiliated with them. And you can use promo code QUEST for a 100% instant deposit bonus. No slow drip, no have to play a certain amount of contest, deposit any amount of money, and you instantly get 100% matched with promo code QUEST. All right, guys. And that does help out the channel. One, we are incentivized when new users sign up, so that's great. Two, if we get to 100 new signups by the start of the season, they are funding a hobby box break giveaway. Straight up giveaway. I'm giving away every single card in that box for free to you guys. So help me get there. We're close. We're like 20 people away from that goal of 100 new signups. So if you've got friends, if you're already on Underdog, that doesn't do anything. But if you got friends out there, share promo code QUEST with them. Tell them to go to Underdog, sign up, put in a couple bucks, use promo code QUEST, tell them to buy a couple best ball drafts, and let's rock and roll. Let's get this done. Help me get this done, all right? Baker week 11 versus the Ravens. Let's go. We got it, man. We're doing it. Victor, that's perfect. That's freaking perfect, Victor. That is perfect. Not a whole lot, but we got Baker. And with our correlation, let me refresh this here. So I'm looking at Baker. I'm staring Baker in the face because of my Tampa Bay. He's playing at Tampa Bay in week 17, Victor. And I've got Tom Brady and Rashad White and Kyle Rudolph now as my secondary tight end. So we're absolutely going to go Baker here. I'm not even going to take the chance of him falling to me because I need him at this point. So we're going to get Baker there. We could have gone Trubisky. Is that Baltimore? We could have gone Mariota. Honestly, I'm not opposed to potentially going. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6 wide receivers. So I think we do have to kind of hammer running backs, wide receivers here at these last few rounds. Get some exposure, some more exposure to these running backs and wide receivers. Darrell Williams is an easy one for me. Absolutely going to smash that button right there. Like David Bell, too. Will Fuller's a free agent. He could add some significant speed to any of these teams, these high-profile teams that are in need of a wide receiver. Let's just go. Darrell Williams has fell quite a bit past his ADP. We're going to go ahead and smash that button. He should fit in nicely as the RB2 behind James Conner. There is talk that Eno Benjamin maybe beats him out for that RB2 spot, but I think if Conner went down, it would absolutely be a 50-50. And at this ADP, we're really just looking for a touchdown, 50 yards, something like that. Like, give me 15 points, brother. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Great call there, Victor. I got Chris Evans queued up. Love me some Chris Evans. Look how cheap he is. if something happens to Joe Mixon, Chris Evans has got a great receiving profile, guys. Great receiving profile. And he's on a high-octane offense. And he's better than friggin' Samaje Perine. I think the Bengals have realized that at this point. Chris Evans has got a 95th percentile burst score, incredibly explosive, agile, 92nd percentile agility score. So speed, power, agility, reaction, quickness is ranked 86th percentile. I like that, man. He's misused in college. He was part of that Harbaugh system at Michigan. So he wasn't drafted until the 6th round. Didn't have a lot of production in college. Best comparable to Damian Harris, according to playerprofiler.com. So this late, being able to get a guy with that type of profile and the fact that he would be one injury away from a massive role in opportunity share is fantastic, especially with those matchups at the end of the season that Cincinnati's in, man. It's perfect. He's a perfect late round best ball candidate. He gets at New England, Buffalo, so I've got correlation with New England and Buffalo. Gabe Davis is just kind of in my roster, but yeah, so that'll add some more correlation there. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful, Victor. Like, we just pray that he falls to me now because we are past his ADP. But the beautiful thing is if someone's looking at this, he's not on the top. Like, you still got McKinnon, Mostert, Zamir White out there. Actually, still quite a few interesting running backs out there. So this will be my last RB pick. And I think, oh yeah, this is the very last round. So that's the only thing. How many wide receivers do I have? Hill, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman, Devonta Smith, Sky Moore, Robbie Anderson. A little thin at wide receiver, to be honest with you, because I had to go 3 quarterback, but I'm really liking this roster so far, man. I think the move is Chris Evans here. Not opposed of Kendrick Bourne here at the end, having Mac Jones. Also have, yeah, I think it would be really Kendrick Bourne would be the guy that I'd want to get this late. Could make a case for Cedric Wilson. I think I like Kendrick Bourne there. There's Terrace Marshall. Ooh, man, that's a sneaky pick though with Baker. Almost feel like I've got to go dang, man. I really want to go Chris Evans here. But also have Tyler Johnson. Victor, help me out here, bro. Three picks away. I kind of feel like I do need to get a wide receiver because we're kind of thin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 running backs, but we only have 3. Tyreek, Gabe, Bateman, Smith, Sky, Anderson. It's kind of thin, man. It's only 6 wide receivers. We're straight on tight ends with Pitts and Rudolph. Oh, they made my decision easy for me. Geared up, just sniped Chris Evans. So now that's freed me up to go Terrace Marshall. I think it's a fantastic stack handcuff with Robbie Anderson because, and honestly, in the wide receiver position, both of those guys could pay off at their ADP. Yeah, swinging for the upside in Marshall, especially when you've got to think that's going to be a shootout game against Tampa in Week 17, Carolina, Tampa. Now I've got kind of both sides of that ball with Brady, and then I got Baker, like pick 190. All right. Yeah, I'm happy about that squad right there. That was my fourth best ball. There we go. So there's the roster I ended up with. Brady, Tua, Baker, Jonathan Taylor. Got him at the 1.3, guys. Unbelievable. Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders, Ramondre Stevenson, Rashad White, Nyheim Hines, Darrell Williams. What was nice is I got Jonathan Taylor first round, didn't get my second running back till pick 94. Got Miles. That's incredible value, dude. He could wait, both these guys pay off of these. So I'm loving these running backs here, especially at the value that I got on them. And then I went Tyreek Hill, kind of mix up the exposure. Got Gabe Davis. Plus, you got that Miami, New England game stack theory there at the end of the season. Tyreek Hill got everybody's favorite Gabe. Wish we had Gabe Davis out there in the chat, but unfortunately, he's pissed off at me right now. Well, hopefully, Gabe Davis. We drafted you, man. Tyreek Hill, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman, Devonta Smith, Sky Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall. Got that final late round pick there. And then Kyle Pitts, Kyle Rudolph. Got the Kyles at tight end. That's it. Money in the bag. Hopefully hopefully that's a $2 million roster you guys watch right there. Hopefully you guys got some value out of that draft. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I'm going to get out of here. It's been fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for the Hobby Box break. Hope to see you guys there. Peace.